My dear people of southern Cameroons, my people of Ambazonia, accept revolutionary greetings from me, Comrade John Ba Akuroh, this day. This is Monday, day number 14 in the month of June, the year 2021. I want to begin, first of all, by thanking all Southern Cameroonians, all Ambazonians. Thank you for making us proud again today. Thank you for standing up tall again this day and demonstrating, oh my goodness, to the rest of the world that the people of the Southern Cameroons know exactly what they want and they know how they will get there. My people, today is one of those days. One of those days where I feel excited. One of those days when I feel proud to be a Southern Cameroonian. Because my people, there has never been a moment where a people have demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt what they want. That they are ready to go all the way to get what they want. That they are ready to sacrifice anything possible to attain their objectives. My people, some 2 communications back, I mentioned here that we were going to face a scenario where La République du Cameroun will come out so strong and determined by all means to bring down the ghost towns. And I explained why. I told you, my people of the Southern Cameroons, that La République du Cameroun is so frustrated and so touched by these ghost towns. There are many reasons, but there are 2 very strong reasons. 2 of the many reasons, 2 stand tall. Number 1, the economy of that country is at an all-time low. The economy of that country is really at an all-time low. The economy has crashed. And because the Southern Cameroons contribute 60% to the GDP of that country, that is why they're virtually on their knees today. Because of our resistance, because of our decision to keep this one day and other special ones holy. We keep our country Sundays holy, we make it difficult for them to get those resources that they require to continue to subdue us. So it pains them. They are confused. They are worried. They don't know what to do next. Number 2, these ghost towns are a clear expression of the civilian will for self-determination. My people, they have tried to sell across the world that there are just a few misguided people, some voices in the bushes somewhere, and some lost people, some failed people in the diaspora who are trying to create confusion and try to force their will onto the people. But because you keep Monday, because you keep our country Sunday holy, voluntarily, my people, you tell a different story to the world. You contradict them before the rest of the world. That is why, at this time, when the U.S. Department of State came out with this very strong first move, they all got lost into confusion. In my very last presentation, I pointed out that they have gotten so confused that they are not able to have a coherent message out there. So you can see the confusion in their messaging. Some of them even sent out voice notes claiming that I, Mba Akuroh, who had brought that revelation, that La République du Cameroun was after our ghost towns, that I was one of those who was advocating that we should call off the ghost towns. Oh my goodness, how preposterous. As if that was not enough, they also went out, quickly prepared posters, flyers, with Comrade Cho Ayaba, prepared little notes for Capo Daniel, prepared also for almost everyone who matters in this struggle, to say we are saying call off the ghost towns. And the interesting thing, these flyers were not shared by Southern Cameroonians, no. They were being shared on all the forums by their apparatchiks who are Southern Cameroonians, planted in all our social media fora. They were the ones sharing. All those agents of La République du Cameroun in all the forums were the ones sharing. All those slave masters were the ones sharing in all the fora. But my people, you have once more, and in a very strong manner, revealed to the world that you know your shepherd, that you know who your shepherd is, that you know your people, and your people know you. This is why, right now, at this point in time, we are smiling and we are laughing while they are crying. Because yet another attempt to manipulate us into confusion has been lost, and they failed woefully. Now, let me remind us about this. By respecting our Monday ghost towns, we send a clear message to all those who are falling on a daily basis because of this struggle, that we will resist all the way to the end. By respecting our Monday ghost towns, you send yet another message. And this message, you are sending it to the rest of the world, that you have a journey you have embarked on, and you will not stop anywhere midway until you get to the destination, until we all get to the destination. There is a third message. That third message is that when the people have decided that they are no longer comfortable with a certain kind of status, no longer comfortable being part of an arrangement which was fraudulent from day one, there is nothing anybody can do against it. Again, you have demonstrated that no matter how much bribery and corruption La République du Cameroun practices in the southern Cameroons, it cannot touch the will of the people. They have destroyed crops on the farms. They have destroyed reserve crops in our bands, in our mothers and grandmothers' bands. They have burned down whole villages. They have destroyed shops. They have looted. They have captured us and gone ahead to collect heavy ransoms. It has not touched our will. The governor, the colonial governor in Boya, personally called business persons and said, if you don't open, I will. If you don't open, I will. If you don't open, I will. It is not as though people have a right to open their shops or close them down. But even that did not work. My people, perhaps we need a gentle reminder of how we came about with the ghost towns. And so each and every one of us understands why it will be preposterous for you at any given moment to think you can stop it just like that. Listen. The ghost towns were instituted by the consortium in January 2017. But there was an approach to it. Members of the consortium went to all the nooks and crannies of the southern Cameroons, held consultations with the people everywhere, everyone, represented by all the groups everywhere, family meetings, village meetings, everywhere, people were consulted. And people gave their blessings. All the trade union leaders talked with their memberships, and they gave their blessings. And at the end of the day, when we sat on January 6th to announce the first ghost towns on Monday, January 9, we were speaking on behalf of the people. We were not speaking as a consortium. We were speaking, we were the mouthpiece of the southern Cameroons. And that is why Batasan could have the guts talking to the media to say by Monday, we will know who controls southern Cameroons, whether it is us or it is them. From that day until this day, every Monday, they are reminded who controls southern Cameroons, lest they forget. That is why they are so hurt, because every Monday they are reminded who controls southern Cameroons. That is why they are confused. That is why they are compounded. Congratulations to all the people of the southern Cameroons. My people, accept hearty congratulations from me, John Akuroh. I couldn't let this day pass without coming for us to share this moment of bliss, for us to share this victory lap, where we have once more crushed an attempt by colonial La République du Cameroun to set confusion in our midst. My people, once more you have demonstrated to the rest of the world our resilience. Once more, you have proven to the rest of the world that the communication channels, that the social contract that we have together will remain until we get to Buea. You have proven once more that the results of the surveys from Cardinal Tumis, that says 69% of us, so we wanted absolute independence, to that of the CDN, that said 89% of us want absolute independence. You have proven that these results are not, we're not wishful thinking. And that the next one will show 99%. My people, we must continue in this same light. Just take a look at this and share this view from Martin Luther King Jr. with me, when he says the difference between a dreamer and a visionary is that a dreamer has his eyes closed and a visionary has his eyes open. Don't forget this. And I want to thank a colleague who shared this with me this day and said, Mr. Akuroh, you always like to, get things. What I see today in the southern Cameroons is that our people are showing the world that we are not dreamers, we are visionaries. Because we have our eyes open, we have our ears to the ground, all our faculties are in order. No, we're not just dreaming. We have a vision. We have a vision of a strong, independent, and prosperous southern Cameroons. My people, just take a look at some of these archive pictures. I like us to keep remembering this. Each time you are confronted with naysayers who want to say all manners of things to confuse us, remember these pictures. This is in southern Cameroons. This airport you see is in southern Cameroons. Today, which airport in southern Cameroon is functional? None. Let me show you yet another one. This is still southern Cameroons. This airport, as you see, is southern Cameroons. This was an international flight, my people. Whatever happened to us, whatever bad dream we had in the past is over. Time for us to be back is now. Yes, southern Cameroons is back. Whether La République du Cameroun and all their allies across the world like it or not, I am saying southern Cameroons is back. Whoever doesn't like it, just begin getting comfortable with the notion that southern Cameroons is back. My people, this is a moment we should always remember. We should never forget at any given time that our forebears made the mistake they made because they were constrained. But today, we have all the faculties. We have all the means. We have all the possibilities to get what we want, to get what generations of southern Cameroonians to come will be proud of. That is why we must go all the way until we get there. I'd like to remind us something. Now look at this. I'm about ending this communication, but this part I'm about to talk of now is very important. In my next discussion, I will bring to you some people who refused to listen when we talked and went out there and stood for some fake colonial elections called regional elections. And today they find themselves crying like babies all over the place that they have been duped because they have no powers. They can't even have time to see their own budget. I mean their own budget before they are forced to vote it. They don't even have the possibility to know where which project will be cast before they have the possibility to determine it. Even their own standing orders, they don't have the powers to vote, to discuss, to debate their own standing orders. And they are crying everywhere like babies. And I said, but what were you thinking about? I've said here 1,000 times, La République du Cameroun does not. I insist, La République du Cameroun does not keep to any promise. Anytime you see them make any move, they have made sure that there is a counter move that is stronger than it to take away not only what they pretended to give you, but more than they pretended to give you. You must bear that in mind. My people, listen. When you are expecting to get anything from Mr. Paul Biya, you are a dreamer. You are not a visionary. You are a dreamer. Yes. If you have forgotten the difference between a visionary and a dreamer, take a look at this. My people, You need to have your eyes open and analyze situations so you will know exactly what kind of choices to make. Listen, Mr. Paul Biya of La République du Cameroun is extremely powerless. There is nothing Mr. Paul Biya can offer to anyone because he can't offer it even to himself. You want evidence? Number one, Mr. Paul Biya set out to buy for himself, as president of La République du Cameroun, an aircraft, a jet, a private jet, because when he took power, he made two. He made the Pelican and the Sparrow, what they call the Hirondelle. And he dilapidated all of them and then wanted at least to get another aircraft for himself as president. They ate the money right in front of Mr. Paul Biya before his nostrils. People right by him at the presidency, they ate all that money, billions of CFA. What has Mr. Paul Biya done? Does he have that aircraft? He doesn't. He can't offer it to himself. So don't expect him to offer anything to you. Today, this same Paul Biya wanted at least that by the time he's leaving power in that country, he should leave a football stadium that bears his name. That is state of the art. So he should at least say he has a legacy. Are they allowing him to have it? Last I heard, CAF and FIFA have already ruled out the use of that stadium for the AFCON 2021, that will be staged in 2022, in case they decide to put in place an international organizing committee to take over from La République du Cameroun and organize it there just for the show. But by and large, about 75% chances are that it will be taken away from them. But the news here is that the Paul Biya Stadium, 12 years after, is not finished, will not be finished by 2022, may never even be completed. That is something, again, Mr. Biya wanted to offer himself in his name. They are eating the money right in front of him. They are playing all the games right in front of him. They have destroyed the whole dream right in front of him. He is powerless. What can he do? So if he can't do it for himself, you are dreaming that he will come and construct the ring road for you. You are dreaming that he will construct that he will fix the road between Babaju and Bamenda. You are dreaming that he will come and make sure that we have a deep sea port in Limbe. My dear brothers and sisters of the southern Cameroons, those people who are still dreaming of anything with La République du Cameroun, please come home. Please begin to come home. Come home. We will receive you all. Even those of you who are standing and shouting that this is a pipe dream, we will receive you all as prodigal sons. That's what we will sing. That where is the prodigal son? Tell him to come without delay. Where is the prodigal son? Where is the prodigal son? We will receive you, my people. This is a moment for us to always recall that our eyes have to remain fixed on the prize, on the prize, on the prize, and that prize is Buea. Until we get to Buea, ghost towns are not shaking, not even for 1 hour. Not even for 1 hour. To God, my people, I will say, to God be all the glory, all the glory. Our victory, I always say, is certain.